Story time with Game Master Mike. Hey folks, this is going to be another stories video, and this time it's going to be about the trampoline video. Now, I had a couple of neighbors in my old neighborhood which owns trampolines, and I was so fascinated with trampolines and bounce houses that I want to jump on it real bad. Well, here's going to be some stories that I'm going to tell you which had gotten me into a ton of trouble. Well, basically, I was young back then, and my sisters went to this, one of my neighbors' trampolines, which is right down the street. And so my oldest sister was good friends with this one boy. And then the stepbrother, which was the same age as me and the same grade as I am, well, his parents are also divorced, but when school is in session, he lives with his real dad, stepmom, and half-brother. But when school is not in session during summer vacation, he lives with his real mom, stepdad, and stepbrother, which I think they get along not like that one other boy, which was from my neighbor's grandparents, that, you know, parents divorced, his real dad pretty much buys him anything he wanted, but he never got along with his stepdad and stepbrother. Well, this one kind of, I'd say. And so they have this massive trampoline that my oldest sister is good friends with the stepbrother, and so her and my older sister would come over and jump on the trampoline. And I asked my mom and dad, may I jump on it? And they told me no, because I was too little. You don't know how upset I was. I cried sometimes because I really do want to jump on the trampoline. Well, they told me that I was too little. And so when my mom and dad picked up my sisters from jumping on my neighbor's trampoline, the stepdad came up and told them, you can jump on my trampoline anytime you like. And so that kind of pissed me off real bad, because I was too little to jump on the trampoline and I could get hurt, just like my parents told me. Well, here's a story that I have pretty much got yelled at by my dad. And so, one day when I went outside to play, I walked to my sister's good friend's house, and the trampoline was still there. And so, you know what I did? I had fun. I took off my shoes, got on the trampoline, and bounced on it. I had so much fun. Well, it was about 15 to 30 minutes later, this man comes. It was the stepdad. He came out of the house with a metal baseball bat. And I immediately got off the trampoline, and I put on my shoes, and I was running like shit down the street while this man with a metal baseball bat was chasing me down the street. And I screamed real loud. And so when I came back to the house, I explained my dad everything. I told him I jumped on the trampoline, and he was not happy about it. He yelled at me like for about 5 to 10 minutes straight about that. And so this man came knocking on the door. He had his baseball bat with him, so my dad answered the door, and he told him that your family is no longer allowed to jump on the trampoline anymore, since your son is too little jumping on it. And then I gotten into trouble more. I started crying. He told me, go to my room and don't come out whenever I say. And so that was the story about how I've gotten into trouble on jumping on the trampoline where I was not supposed to. And also, I think it was the same year, anyway, I was playing around in my neighbor's yard, one of my neighbor's grandson's yard, and I had this Pokemon ball with me. I was bouncing around, and then it ended up in the pool. Has not been cleaned out. It was black and had all that gross slime shit all over it. So you know what I did? I took off my entire clothes, even my underwear. I was butt naked. And so while this ball was floating around, I tried not jumping in the pool. I tried to do like a somersault on it. Well, guess what? I ended up in the pool. Who the hell knows what disease was in that pool? So I was a dumbass and I jumped in the pool just to get the ball. And so this man comes out and tells me, "Are you out of your mind?" And so I was trying to get the ball. And so I ran out, put on my clothes, and he called my dad and told me that I jumped in the pool naked just to get the ball, and of course I got punished for it. My dad took away my TV and my Nintendo 64 for an entire week, and I was punished for that. And they told me that you're lucky that I didn't get a disease from it. And so that just tells you, if you're going to play in the neighborhood, do not disturb other neighbors, especially their grandsons. And so, like I said, you know, the boy with the trampoline, like I said, like during the summer and when school's out in session, he lives there with his real mom and stepdad. So, he was a troubled punk, just like Worm Boy, which I'm going to tell you a story about Worm Boy in a much later video about more stories, but he was also a troublemaker. He would pretty much skateboard all over my neighborhood, like all day and night, and there was something up with it, but it's going to be in in another video, because this is going to be like another story about it, which kind of devastated me a lot, and I'll tell you all about it. Well, folks, that is my stories video. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.